We start exactly where Chapter 3 left off. After witnessing the Hour of Joy, we descend deeper into Playtime Co., knowing we're not alone. Poppy has a plan, but before she can explain, Kissy Missy screams, cut through the air. Without hesitation, Poppy ditches us, taking the elevator back up to save her friend, and just like that, we're alone. Immediately we see the aftermath of the Hour of Joy. The factory has become a nightmare. The bigger bodies roam, devouring orphans, staff, and even each other. It's survival of the fittest, and we are very, very low on the food chain. Our goal? Reach the Playtime prison, an underground facility where survivors once hid. But when we arrive, it's clear no one made it out. The walls are drenched in blood, decomposed bodies litter the halls, and twisted experiments prowl the corridors. This is where Playtime Co. locked away its worst abominations. And they're starving. It doesn't take long before we run into the doctor. Harley Sawyer, the man behind the Bigger Bodies initiative. He's still alive. Well, sort of. And he's got an army of nightmare critters ready to rip us apart. Just as things look hopeless, we're saved by an unexpected ally. Dowie the Doughman. Dowie leads us to Safe Haven, a hidden refuge beneath the prison where the last survivors have been holding out for years. Here we finally reunite with Poppy and Kissy Missy, but things aren't looking good. Kissy is badly wounded, her arm in a sling, and a sinister shadow looms behind us. The prototype is near. Finally, after 3 chapters of secrecy, Poppy reveals her plan: burn the factory to the ground, take the prototype with it. Sounds like a solid plan, right? Except she wants to make sure no one gets out alive, including us. Dowie isn't on board with this plan, but most of the survivors blindly follow Poppy. The real bombshell? Poppy knew about the Hour of Joy before it happened. She disappeared right before the massacre, leaving Dowie and the others to fend for themselves for over a decade. The question is, did she know, or was she involved? Before we can stop Poppy, we have to deal with the Doctor. To reach him, we battle through waves of his creatures, twisted monsters like Yarnaby and Baba Chops. The Doctor taunts us at every turn, questioning our morality. Are we really saving anyone, or just killing to survive? Finally, we confront the Doctor, but there's no epic boss battle, just a pathetic husk, a brain in a vat, desperately clinging to life. We overload the system, sending a massive energy surge through the prison. As his body begins to implode, his final words haunt us. You saved no one. With the Doctor gone, we move forward with Poppy's plan. We rig the factory's gas tanks with explosives, setting up the final blow. But just as we're about to escape, the prototype makes its move. Safe Haven is under attack. Dowie fights to protect his friends, but it's a massacre. Overcome with grief and rage, he turns on us, transforming into a monstrous reptilian beast. The final boss fight begins, and once again we're forced to destroy someone who deserved to live. As we try to escape, the biggest twist of all is revealed. Ollie is the prototype. He's been manipulating us ever since the beginning. Everything. The Safe Haven attack, the generator, Dowie's downfall, it was all his doing. Terrified of being locked away again, Poppy chooses herself over her friends. She flees, leaving us and Kissy Missy behind. The prototype strikes. The room explodes. And as we fall into the abyss, Kissy Missy tries to save us. But her wounded arm rips away, and we plummet into the darkness. But just before the screen fades to black, we hear an alarm. Deep within the ruins of Playtime Co., a familiar figure emerges from the shadows. Huggy Wuggy is alive. And that, my friends, is the entire story of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. What does this mean for Chapter 5? Will Poppy redeem herself? Is Kissy Missy truly gone? And what role will Huggy Wuggy play in the final battle?